Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Sarah. Hi. So I want to talk about following your intuition because I get a lot of questions and a lot of comments about what should I do? How do I know it's right? And should I take the leap of faith? And I will always tell you yes, because I believe that if you have an inkling to do something, that is almost like your soul telling you that it's something that you should follow. That is, and it doesn't have to be completely uproot, change your life, change everything. But if you have a desire, for example, to move to a new country, I think that you should at least entertain that idea. And how you can entertain that idea is by maybe going and taking a 1-month vacation in that area that you're thinking about living in, or going and doing something completely off the wall that your intuition is saying, hey, just try it. Just try it and see where it leads you. Because when I had that intuition, that spark of change your life completely, I had already traveled. I took about 6 weeks off from work one summer to travel, to see if at that point in my life it is something that I wanted to do. And I ended up realizing that I needed to kind of buckle down and save more money, because for me, it made me realize that I did want to travel long term and I did want to completely change my life. It took me, after that point, it did take me another 4 years to finally take the leap and to quit my job. But the universe kept talking to me. The universe kept saying, follow your bliss, follow what you want to do, follow your desires. Basically, I just had to make a decision. Finally made the decision to, yes, I'm going to quit my job. This is my long-term goal. It took me about 4 to 5 years before I actually executed on it, because sometimes we have to have a plan in place. So maybe you've been thinking about something for a really long time. Instead of keep ruminating on thinking about what you want to do, start taking action. Maybe start saving money, start saving extra money, start going on vacations by yourself. See if that's something that you can do. Start going overseas. Get your passport. If you don't have your passport, order your passport. And just seeing, and then you can even start, if you want, you can start selling things in your house. And everything you sell can go into a little special money saving pile, if you can do that. And you can start downsizing, start getting rid of things. Once you start getting, the big thing for me was, once I started getting rid of a bunch of stuff in my house, I realized how little I actually needed to live. I also didn't want to pay such high rents, so I thought, I lived in my car for a little while. I slept on friends' couches, because at this point I was serious, and everything just kept lining up with what my truer higher self actually wanted to do, which was to travel the world, to finally do something that I had been saying for years that I was going to do. But let me tell you, I was getting laughed at, made fun of. I kept saying, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And people will laugh at you. People will make fun of you. People will think that your ideas are crazy. People still think my ideas are crazy. I'm going on my 4th year of being abroad since I quit my full-time job. And I still get people being like, when are you coming back home? When are you gonna stop living like a teenager? When are you gonna stop doing whatever they have to be doing? Because no one actually really knows what I'm doing, because it's none of their business. That's really what it boils down to, is what you end up doing with your life is nobody else's freaking business, because it is your life. You only get one life to live. And once I started realizing that, and I stopped letting people tell me what I should be doing with my life, I started saying, no, I don't want that. And I don't want to go spend the money on that. And I just stopped doing things. And I started saving my money. I started selling my things. And I got so much criticism. I mean, can you imagine? I was working as a nurse in two of the biggest hospitals in LA and telling everybody that I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. And people just look at me like, yeah, right, Sarah, whatever, rolling their eyes at me. Every time I'd come back to work, they're like, oh, you're still here? I mean, I got so much shit. I can't even tell you. I still get you asking me when I'm going to go back. I mean, I don't understand. Like, that's not my life anymore. I am working on permanently transitioning to living abroad, which that is a little bit harder. If you're retired, if you can do a retirement visa somewhere, do it. That is like golden. But I can't do that yet because I am not retired. I quit. I'm not retired. I'm still working. I'm working for myself. It's different. However, with that said, so that's harder. But if I could, man, shoot, would I? Yes. But I also planned accordingly. I planned my retirement. Oh God, right now though, with the market, I'm just like, who effing knows what's happening, because right now is also a really crazy time in the world. And I know you probably come to my channel and being like, what are you talking about? We can't do anything. The market's crashing. Everyone's talking about saving food and money. And yes, however, I don't know if that's all over. Is that just in certain places? And is it gonna affect me being here in Colombia? I mean, so much stuff is grown right around me. I mean, worst case scenario is I have to buy chickens and get some eggs and kill the chickens to eat. I mean, and grow my own fruit and vegetables. So it's a lot more doable here than it is living in the US, where you have such high cost of living already. So if you can save money, your money goes a lot further abroad. And you have to realize that also when you move, is to respect the culture around you and not like, yeah, you have to respect the cultures that you move to. And don't expect it to be like where you're coming from, because it won't. And hopefully that's why you're moving. Hopefully that's because you want to change. And it's not because you just want to live somewhere that's cheaper. Because then you're not going to integrate, and it's not going to be as fun either. It's going to be a little bit more challenging. So we'll see. Anyways, I think if you have a desire, start doing baby steps to get there. And I guess really I just want to say, if people are telling you that you're crazy, you know what? Let them. You can ask them why they're doing what they're doing. Why are you staying in a job you hate? For example, for me, I was making good money. People wanted to know why I was leaving. The hospital was great. And I did. I had a great job at the hospital. But I wasn't happy. It boils down to, are you happy or not? Is what you're doing bringing joy to your life or not? If it's not, why are you staying? Money should not keep anyone from doing something. I mean, we need money to survive, yes. We need money to buy food and shelter, the important things. But there are ways, trust me. You can figure it out. If you want something bad enough, you will do whatever it takes to get there. And there are so many ways to figure this out. Like, I figured it out. I'm still figuring it out. Every time I have a challenge, I have to reinvent myself and do something new. I mean, I don't reinvent myself to change. I just do something. Maybe I double down on something. Maybe I will figure out something else to do, or I research. I mean, it's a lot of work, and doing what I'm doing is a lot of work. However, it's 100% worth it for me, because I get to live the life that I want and that I was dreaming of 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, even 8 years ago, when people were laughing at me. I mean, maybe they're still laughing at me. They're like, oh, ha, ha, Sarah's in the middle of nowhere in Colombia. Ha, ha, joke's on her. And then I'm like, yeah, well, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be in the middle of nowhere, somewhere. I didn't know where. I had no idea I would be here. I just knew that I did not want to live in a city. I wanted to live abroad. I wanted to travel. And yeah, traveling has, I mean, I'm really grateful that I had those really good 2 years of travel before the world shut down. So I'm pretty grateful. And it's still a little bit difficult, but now I have a bigger goal. I want to have a home base and travel. So I've kind of like upped the ante a little bit. So that is something new that I'm working on. And will I figure it out? Yes. Do I know how? No, I have no idea. I don't know, I'm gonna keep doing YouTube videos and get more subscribers. So thank you so much, don't forget to subscribe. And I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. People laugh at me too because I'm still doing YouTube. Because I started like when I shaved my head, but I was very inconsistent. Sorry, walking up these hills kills me. But I was very, very inconsistent. And I didn't get consistent until like this year. And yeah, so it's like consistency and knowing what you want. And I'm still learning this whole YouTube channel world, and it's difficult. But I'm gonna do it because I want to. I like doing it, I enjoy it. So if something is not bringing me joy, I don't do it. Like, that's why I'm not teaching English online. If I need money, will I? Yes, of course. But I know that I can figure out other ways to figure it out, to make money. Let them laugh. Let them make fun of you. And when you're doing what you want and they see how happy you are, they're gonna be the ones who are asking you, how are you doing it? How did you figure it out? And yeah, that's really all I have to say. As always, long-winded. But moral of the story is you have one life to live, and you should live it for yourself, not for anybody else. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.